Hey guys, ViaBTC here. So I wanted to talk today about just some like tools that I use for my clients, and then I use just here in the container. Kind of get stuff done. Nothing special, but the main tool and kind of the coolest one is what they call Foreman.mn. And so here's like the description on the screen. But what it is it's a program to where we can remotely manage all of these ASICs. Okay, and so Foreman supports all these ASICs. And to be honest, I don't actually want to host any that I can't use Foreman with. So Foreman, I can change pools, I can reboot. Even on some of the models, I can overclock, underclock if that's an option. I can do different power modes. I can do quite a bit with it, and it stores all the information. And it gives you, the client, a link to where you can actually log in, see how your miner's doing, how it's hashing, you know, the pool information. You can change that pool information, but it gives you that information right up front, and you can access that from anywhere. So then that gives you, you know, an idea that, you know, an option to keep an eye on your ASIC and be aware of it. You don't actually get to physically see your ASIC when it's sitting here on the shelf, but you get to see how it's running, how it's doing, and that kind of stuff, which is very valuable for, you know, for that trust factor. You're gonna send your ASIC somewhere, you wanna be able to trust that it's doing what it's supposed to. Everyone's heard the horror stories of their miners were turned off, or they were mining on a different pool or something like that. I give you access, so you can see what I see, and you can see what's going on, and you know, that trust level, it rises because of Foreman.mn. So I just wanted to kind of explain that. I know that I get that question quite a bit, you know, because people just don't want to like send their ASIC and be like, I don't know what's going on. Is it mining? Is it not? And so forth. So I want to, you know, get past that level. I'm here to turn your ASIC on, turn it onto your pool, and run it for you for, you know, hopefully more than a year. You know, hopefully as long as we can. Because if you're mining, then that means you're running with me, and I'm happy, and you're paying me, and everyone's winning here. So that's the end goal. So that's kind of the main tool, Foreman.mn. Some of the tools here in the container that we use. So I just had the guys behind me, the woodworking place, they just made this little bench for me. So I haven't actually used it with ASICs yet, but the idea is I want to be able to move this back and forth, and then when I get a bunch of ASICs in, I can set them up on here. I write some notes on them, I take a couple pictures for the serial numbers and that kind of stuff, and I get all that kind of stuff figured out. Also, for my videos, my pictures, it'd be great to be able to set the ASICs on here, take some pictures for you guys, you know, for thumbnails and that kind of stuff, and then put them on the shelf. But the good thing is I want to be able to lift up this this bench and move it. So I can move it over there if I'm putting ASICs up over there and back here, and it's not blocking the wind, you know, very much at all. And so it's just, I want a little something to where I could do it. Problem is they probably gave me something too nice. This top here is kind of like a solid surface. It's kind of nice here. They had leftover countertop. I'm pretty sure this is gonna get scuffed up the day one. So we'll deal with that when the time comes. But otherwise, this is the new tool I'm using for the foam. I don't know if you guys saw some of my live videos from once we got this going. I had to mess with the foam. When you try to cut it out, when you cut out your square to put the ASIC in, it was just making a mess. Because I was originally using this thing, which works great, but it makes a huge mess. And so we have upgraded to this knife, and this is actually, it makes nice solid cuts. I can do it, you know, I do it by hand. It doesn't take me very long. It is great. So that was my business partner figured that one out, and that works awesome. So usually I'll put the ASIC up there, I'll draw some lines to kind of figure out where I need to cut it off at, and then I'll cut my hole in, okay? And so that works really good. So that's kind of the other tools. Otherwise we have some of this insulation tape, and so I'll use the insulation tape kind of around the ASIC when the hole's not perfect. To be honest, these shelves are really, really bent. So I have some like pre-cut holes and stuff that these are to the size of the ASIC, which that's correct. The problem is when I put them on the shelf's bent one way or the other, and so it doesn't work perfectly. So I've had to kind of get away from this. But what we do to get around that is, once we get it up and going, I use this tape and kind of tape around the sides to keep the air out. Okay? And some of mine are cut pretty good to where it's not letting any air in, but some of them I miss quite a bit, where the shelf's really bent to where it makes a big difference. So, and otherwise, that's pretty much it. Just some markers, a little Phillips. If I have to mess with those fans, like I mentioned last time in my last video, the KS5L fans, we got to loosen up those fans a little bit. But that's pretty much all the tools I use in here. Nothing too special. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update, kind of explain Foreman to you and how that helps you guys as my clients, and just kind of go from there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this short video, and contact me at contact@iowamining.io if you're interested in hosting, and we can discuss your situation, you know, what you want and what ASICs you have and that kind of stuff, and kind of, you know, get it figured out for you. I'll give you my cell phone number so you can contact me with, you know, through text, or you can call me. We can answer questions a lot faster that way, and just kind of go from there. So I appreciate you guys checking out this quick video. You guys have a good day.